Right. Okay, that's the echo. Got rid of the echo chamber. Here we are. We should be live now. Hi, and welcome to Cockatoo, Cockatoos with Attitude. Hello, friends, as Peaches would say. Yeah, somebody has to come here and keep Bob from trying to take my pocket, taking everything out of my pocket. Yeah. Let's see, Bob. Yeah, I can't spotlight myself, but that's okay. If anybody else comes in the channel, I need to remember to spotlight myself. Okay. Let's get the camera flipped around. One monster. Hello, monster. If I'm not a monster, my name is Babaloo. The Babaloo. Are you the Babaloo, Bob? Are you the Babaloo, Bob? The Babaloo, Bob? And the Snowball. Snowbird. Snowball. Snowbird. Snowball.
So Kira and Michelle are already here, and say hi
Kira.
to you, Don, and to the birds.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kira. Maybe at some point I'll be able to read the messages. Right now I can't. I appreciate having Anna Marie do it for me. I've been so busy with bird things and all the other fundraising that I've been frying my poor little brain. It's sort of like the movie Hannibal, you know? Sort of. Except I'm not slicing out sections, I don't think. What are you doing there, Bob? Babaloo. The Babaloo. No, you can't have what's in my pocket. Now that toy was inside of a little box. I don't know what he did with the box. I see it. That's not the one there. What'd you do with it? Bob, did you hide it somewhere? Yesterday, Cecil was making toys again. So he'll take a bead and he'll shove something in it. And then sometimes he'll shove something else in it. But he took that little squiggly plastic deal down there and he stuck it inside of a bead. You are such a cute bird. A little insane, but a cute bird.
So Falcon Sue joined us, and she is happy to see Babaloo today. So is Michelle.
No, the Babaloo. The Babaloo, you're going to eat my hand? Go ahead. You really want to eat it? Why don't you? Where are you going with that? Where are you going with that? Hey. Let me see if I can do spotlight. There we go. Now I got spotlight. Hello, Eleanor.
Hello.
It's a Babaloo.
Babaloo.
Eat me? You want to eat me, Bob? Come on. He just won't eat me. I don't know why that is.
Wants to eat the phone instead.
Yeah, with most people dealing with Bob, it's kind of like putting the animal trainer that puts his head in the mouth of the lion. There was one at the Wild Animal Park, which they changed the name. They shouldn't have, but there used to be an elephant trainer there that had one of the elephants actually lie down on top of him, Anita. And then there were people who were coming to the animal park that were complaining because he had a stick that he would whack her with so that she would get off of him. Well, you know, they have really thick hide. You have to get their attention. It's not like he was punishing the animal. And It's just dumb. It was like me tapping someone on the shoulder, and he wasn't hurting Anita. So now they have the all natural behaviors thing at the animal park, which is not a terribly good show. But sometimes, I mean, I'm an animal activist, but there's sometimes when people are just not terribly smart about things. The other thing was at the in the San Diego Zoo, they've now made it so that the people really can't see most of the animals. So you go to the San Diego Zoo, what you're going to see is enclosures. If you want to see the animal, you'll have to stand there for a while, because unless that animal wants to be seen, you can't see him. And which is good for the animals, of course. And that's the way we want it. But they used to have the bonobos there, and there were these, I suppose they were a little too religious, but they didn't like what the bonobos were doing, because bonobos are bonobos, and because of some of the displays they were doing. And so they had to move them into an area where people couldn't see them. And I said, excuse me, if you don't like animal behavior, don't go to a zoo. And the San Diego Zoo really isn't, when you go there, it isn't really so much of a zoo as it is a bunch of animal enclosures, so they're all tailored to the animals. Some of them so much so that there's one like Ken Allen. I haven't read about this in a while because I don't read the paper or anything, but local news. But he used to get out fairly frequently, and orangutan, and he would get out and wander around among the people. He was a friendly orangutan, but most of them are if they're treated right. But we actually had that when we were trying to apply to be a listed sanctuary, which you're not allowed to film the birds if you have a listed sanctuary, even though they're social animals and they like to be. They actually like the public thing. They say, "Oh, you can't do that." Okay, well, then I guess we're not going to be listed. We're listed, of course, as a nonprofit and as a bird sanctuary, but not by these big global sanctuaries. They won't list us because
Do you think
we
Bob
dare.
wrote to them?
Maybe I could be, because Bob doesn't want me pointing that camera at him.
He said, "Oh, maybe if I tell those people that you're not allowed to film the birds, then maybe Dad will stop filming me, stop pointing that phone at me with the weird people that make noises and say my name."
Yeah, he always gets a funny look when he hears somebody talking and says his name on the phone. This is not right. Something about this is not right. Just the opposite of the way Peach has reacted to the phone.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you deprived Peaches of her phone calls, I mean, that just would have been animal cruelty, really.
Yeah, she just loved that.
Yeah,
Loved
she was
talking
so
to people.
happy. And you could tell she looked forward to it. I mean, when you said Peaches friends, like, she'd come right up and look at the phone expecting people to be there.
Yep. Yeah, she was a bright star on the planet, that's for sure.
She sure was. Oh, Erin said something really funny about bonobos in the chat. She said,
imagine.
bonobos bone all day.
Yeah. Well, I had when I was 19, I think, and I had back in the days when everybody was dropping LSD. Steve Jobs was dropping it back in that time too. But I had done a little of that stuff, and I was up in my own room, and I had somebody actually attack me. It was the sister of my best friend. But anyway, I had somebody else later on, a woman almost in her 80s, say, "Well, didn't you enjoy it?" And I looked at her and I said, I tell you what, we'll put you in a room with bonobos for a couple hours and give you a little psychedelics and see how you like it." I said, no, it had a negative effect on my life, Oh, see, even Cecil agrees.
Well, Cecil
Look at
looks
that.
like he's very passionate about the subject.
He is. He is.
Oh, Cecil, what are you doing?
Let go of the shoe. No, we're not eating the shoe.
That's his plan.
No, I think he was just playing. And then he saw the shoe. It's like, oh, okay, I'll go with the shoe. Because he doesn't usually bounce his head and then bite my shoe. That's not normal for him. Bounces his head a lot, though.
You look pretty cute, though.
He's a cute bird, aren't you, Cecil? Are you cute? Are you
Are
cute?
you cute, Cecil?
I bet he
And
would give
Babalu's
bonobos.
cute too.
He'd give bonobos a run for their money. This one probably bite their tails.
I
Actually,
don't think bonobos
salamanders.
have tails.
No, you're right. They don't.
They're
Well, that
apes.
would probably upset salamander, an animal without a tail.
Huh.
What do you bite if they don't have that? You want to stop now? Come here. Bob, 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 Bob. Bob, it's just Bob. Bob. Hello. Hello, Bob. Calm down. It's just a truck. Bob.
A truck?
Bob. Bob. Hey, stop. What are you doing? It's a truck. No. We don't bark at trucks. No. We're not doing that.
Is it an evil truck coming to eat little birdies?
Stop it. No. Come here. Come here. Stop. No, you can't sit out here and just yell. No. It's not like we're out in the country. Someday, soon, we hope, but not now. Bob, Cecil, you can't take my glasses. Get down here. These boys, they have to do something.
Hey Don, so Gith042 joined us in the chat.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Gith joined us in the chat. GTH042 is his name.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah. He's the gentleman that gave us a nice high-speed 2 terabyte drive to do our videos with. And good to see you, GTH. Hey, you. No, we're not yelling at everything today. And
Hello,
what's with
Nancy.
you?
Hi, I'm on the road doing my thing, but gotta go food shopping. But I love this. I love it.
Stop.
Yeah, the boys are going crazy right now.
Hi,
You need
birdies.
to stop yelling.
Hello, birdies. I love you. I wish they could hear our voices. But they-
No, you don't.
Bob would lose
Now
his
with
mind,
Bob
I
out.
think. Yeah.
What's that?
Cecil, down. No, you're not going to sit up there and grab the phone. Bob can't handle it. He freaks out when he hears voices on the phone. He sees faces.
Oh, okay. All right. That's right. You did say
When
that.
if we do this when they're not out, because they can't be out all the time. Bob actually could, but Cecil can't. So.
That's okay. They're the most important thing, and they should be out as often as you can get them out. I'm not important. I'm not important. It's them that's important.
Oh, well, Falcon Sue said maybe Bob's expecting a delivery from Amazon, so that's why he's barking at the truck.
It could be.
Oh, Bob, he looks fixated on something. You funny thing.
What are you doing, Bob?
But it's sweet.
Oh, he's definitely got his mind on something. It's the backup beep on a truck. That's it. When that goes off, he starts going off over here. So I don't know what it is about that sound, but it's setting him off. Now it's the roll-up doors on a truck. He's all focused on
So,
that.
am I looking at Bob right now with the yellow?
Yep, that's Babaloo. And that truck has just got his brain, boy. He just can't. What's that sound? What's that sound?
Oh,
What's going on? It's all right, Bob. It's just a truck. It's just
and
a
who's
truck.
beside him? Who's beside him looking out the?
That's Cecil.
Okay.
These two are basically the trouble crew. Now they behave kind of polite at the moment. Oh no, we do no trouble. No, look, we are preening.
Oh,
But
look at that. Feeding each other. My parakeets, you know, well, they're male and female, and they just love each other. Like I said, I'm the third wheel, but they accept me and into their flock, and they do this to each other, and it's adorable. I love it.
Oh yeah, preening each other's head. That looks so cute within budgies and parakeets and all the birds.
Yeah. I love my little birdies. I'm to the point where I don't even like to leave them. I love them so much. And, you know, the more I am on all these channels, you know, that teach me about the horrors of breeding and keeping them in cages, and it just it just makes me want to cry all the time. I do, I cry because it hurts me so bad.
It's painful. I mean, I have to deal with some of these people. They're always trying to give me excuses for why they do it. Now, some of these guys, when they first start out, they really believe they're doing something, but most of them start out doing it.
No, it's all about money. It's all about money. That's all it is. You know, how many years have they been doing this?
Well, Bob, don't get too intimate with Cecil.
Yeah, if you watch Parrot Confidential, you'll see a couple that were breeders in there, and then when they started realizing that these birds would get to adult age around 6 or 7 years old and they'd be coming back, then they said, no, this is wrong, and they became rescuers, and that's all they do now. They don't breed anymore, and they don't believe in it. So some people do wake up, but the majority of them you're right, the majority of them are just typical capitalists. Yeah. If there's a buck in it, that they'll do it. You know, they'd probably sell their mother if the price was right.
Right. These certain ones, yeah, capitalism is what we got, but it's out of control. Out of control.
Well, the idea that money is what matters is kind of stupid anyway.
Right.
It's animals and people that matter, right? And people are animals, so we forget that sometimes. But we breathe. We have to use the toilet. We have the same thing. We are animals. We're all evolved equally. There's no species that's better than another. So
I love those birdies. I love your birdies. I love all of them. You know, Parrot Playhouse and West Coast Cockatoo and Benji Benjamin Bestbird. I forget. Yeah, there's a couple that I watch, and I'm sure that's only a few. I'm sure there's a lot. I just watched one where the owner's husband and wife, the guy can play the piano, and they took in this cockatoo. They rescued this cockatoo, and they showed how lonely the cockatoo was in rescue. And when it got to their place, it was, I guess, 14 years at this one place, and the guy or whoever said they can't take it anymore, so they brought him to rescue. And gosh, that just makes me cry anyway. But the husband is a piano player, and the cockatoo's name is Popeye, and he just adores. The wife says they're like lovers. It's a girl cockatoo. It's a girl cockatoo, and she waits for him when he comes back from work, and they cuddle, and oh my gosh, I love these birds. I've always loved birdies. They are so sacred. And, you know, because I've been at the and did ceremony in South Dakota, you know, on the Pine Ridge Reservation. Oh my God, it's a mess out there now. It's horrific, and that's where the child trafficking. Anyway, birds are probably, I think, one of the more sacred of the animal kingdom, because they bring the prayers up to the spirit, and it's just, that's the way I see it. I know you're more, you know, there's science and esoteric and spirituality have to be married. They have to be married together. But
well, thank you. Right
that's
now,
what
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do a talk. So I'm going to ask everybody to
Okay.
mute themselves. And thank you for joining. I just need to do a little talk here. So put everybody on mute. All right, great. What are you saying? Oh, Bob wants to talk first. What are you saying, Bob? He's making his comments about that truck. He just doesn't know what all that noise is about. Yeah. So I was going to talk about what's going on with the birds now that they're starting to recover from Peaches being gone. The one that's not doing as well with that recovery is Cecil. He's the one that's inside the footstool over there right now. He is a little aggressive when I come in here. He runs up and he doesn't try to bite me, but he comes up and, you know, threatens me and all that when I get in here. And then he'll come down and try to steal my glasses. So all this is a reaction to Peaches having passed away. They're all still a little bit on edge. Babalu was a good friend of Peaches too, so you know he tends to overreact like he's doing with the truck, but he's gotten better. This one was hanging all the way in the back of the aviary for quite a while now, since Peaches passed last week. Now he's finally coming up where he's sitting closer to me. But he lost Chloe, and when she was gone, he's still, I don't think he's recovered from that completely, but you know, he's a happy boy, but he'll sit and find a spot away from everybody and sit and look out as if he's looking for her. But now he's been doing the same thing for Peaches. Although you can see he's moved up a bit, so he's not just hiding in the corners anymore. This one was almost choking herself on eating I had to buy more of this rope. And she was eating so much of the rope, she was nearly choking herself. Hence, there are these palm frond strands hanging there for her to chew on. She knows she can chew on those. If she goes anywhere near the rope, and then I tell her to stop, so she just reaches up and grabs the palm. But they've all been a little slower. Normally by this time of day they would be a little more active, but except for the boys, they're just not quite as active. Eyes are open more, less sleeping. They're not looking down in the corner where she was as much. So I guess they're finally reaching that point where they're accepting it. What do you have to say about it, Bob? So November 1st, we're going to have a session where people can talk about their birds that have already passed away. And that can include any kind of grief. If for some reason, you were in a relationship and they took the bird when they left, that kind of thing, that's another type of grief we can talk about. I know somebody in that situation where her birds got taken away from her. So that's coming up in November, and then we're going to have we haven't set the date yet. We're going to have a meeting about that's going to be led by Eleanor, and she's going to talk about parrot intelligence. So I'm looking forward to that. Get some insights into what we know. Yeah. get some insights at what we know so far about their intelligence. What we can scientifically prove about their intelligence. Let's put it that way. Right, Bob? I know that truck's still out there and it's got you fascinated. If he could see it, he probably would he would be okay, but he just keeps hearing that backup signal, which I don't even know if I doubt it's backing up. So I have no idea what it's doing. We don't have, it's not like it's a trash day or something, but it's got him going. So those are two events we have coming up. And Bob, where are you going? No, you're going to start yelling again. Come here. Come here. No yelling. Come on, Bob. Yeah, he's going to start screaming again. Come here. No, you can't do that here. There's people over there. You can't scream. Come here. Come on, please. See, I knew you were going to do that. You sit in my lap for a bit and calm down. It's just a truck, Bob. Yeah, just a truck. It's all right. Yeah, you don't believe me, do you? You don't believe me, do you? Do you? I know. Kisses to you too. So there isn't a heck of a lot you can do. I mean, one thing that I did is I made sure they had all seen her. So they knew that she'd passed. I mean, they knew it before I did, but I wanted them to see, to know, because that's something they should be aware of. I don't think it's a good idea to just have a bird disappear, you know. So, and they have done, they've done pretty well, except for Cecil, who just can't seem to let go of it. But I mean, he was always trying to preen her head. He, towards the end, when she was really, really just getting to the point where she was going to pass soon, he was able to preen her just a little bit, and which I don't know. As you can see, he's still doesn't look quite right in there. That look on his face, a little starstruck. Yeah, hi Bob. Yeah, I'm still starstruck too. But the thing is, I mean, I had 10 years of knowing this wonderful creature. I used to say that she was the Mahatma Gandhi of the bird world. She was just a little bundle of love and care. Yeah, she had an attitude sometimes, but we all get that. But I mean, if she wanted something, she'd yell for it. But what she mostly wanted was people. She wanted relationships with people, and she got along with all the birds. And I think I gave her the freedom to make a better life for herself. But I think she taught me more than I taught her. Oh, you agree with that, don't you, Bob? Of course, Bob agrees with that. Yep. You sure about that? I know that sound is driving you nuts. Probably keeping you from eating the phone, though, right? Yeah. Yeah, he took it pretty hard too. I mean, he's still a little out of it, but that's probably why he's so fixated on that truck right now. You laughing at me about that? Are you? Is it funny? Is it funny? Huh? It is? You sure? Yeah. Nope, not gonna hang on the aviary, because if you do, I won't be able to stop you from making noise. Well, it's not really noise to me, but unfortunately, neighbors interpret the sounds that come out of here differently than I do. Okay. To me, you're just talking, but to other people, you're making noise. So, right, Cecil? So, you know, they haven't been playing with their toys as much. I haven't had to replace them as much, just rotate them from cage to cage. But toy making day again today. Yeah, and mosquito swatting time. I just killed a mosquito that was trying to eat my hand. These guys won't let me bring in my mosquito ones, so if I get them, I have to slap them down. I got that one before it really got into me, I think. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? So that's another way I could tell that they were affected, is that the toys just didn't get exploded every day. There he goes again. No, I don't want you on there because I know that means you're gonna start screaming. And it's, yes, Bob is a good boy. I don't have a problem with you making sounds. You can make all the sound you want, just the neighbors do. So another reason we have to get to Tucson is that we can get a place out there on at least an acre or more, so the neighbors won't be screaming. Saw an ad for a place out there that was on 7 acres, but I think the reason the price was low is because on a scale of 10, it was a 4 as far as flood, flood potential. So, which means you can't get flood insurance, and you're going to have to like dig a trench around the house and put the like sump pumps in and that kind of thing. So, I mean, I know how to do that, so might, but it sure did look good. 7 acres right in the middle of nowhere, and these guys can do all the screaming they want to do, right, Bob? And close to avian vets and close to other rescues. That's where we want to be. And I hope that once we get there, we can get settled in and everybody's feeling okay. We can start taking in birds that are really damaged and fixing them up. We're pretty good at that, aren't we, Bob? Bob, can we do that? Babaloo, can we do that? Bob a good bird? Bob's a good bird. Bob's a good bird. No, I don't want you hanging on there because I know that means you're going to scream. I know how you are. If they stop making that noise over there, I'll let you up. No, don't start trying to. They're not scaring me. I'm not afraid of a babaloo. I'm not afraid of the babaloo. Yeah, well, the secret's out. You love me, you silly bird, so I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I'm not. The secret's out. Yeah. So that one, I was really encouraged when I saw that there are properties out like that, and if they're in a flood zone, there are ways you can deal with that. So it depends on how fast, how much water comes through, though. You can only try. You gonna get up there now? I saw some other properties that were not in the flood potential, and it still had some property around them. So. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Thank you, whoever made that deposit on my shoulder. See, bear with me a second here while I try to clean my shoulder off. Cecil, no, not the shoe. Oh, well, I'm not going to get that one. It went down my back. Cecil, come here. Come on, step up. What is with my shoes? Why are you just so thrilled with my shoes, huh? Come on. Where's my Cecil in there? I guess Bob is a good boy. Yeah, I know. You're going to start making sounds again. Bob, stop. No, we're not doing that. No, get down here. Bob, I know. Probably the only way to stop you is to get a proctologist to do something with that beeping sound, right? Yep, probably. Oh, thank you, Aaron. much appreciated. We appreciate those super chats right now, especially. We're working hard to try to get to Tucson, so we have people helping us look for places out there, lining up properties. We got people trying to get the word out. So financially, not a good time for people though. So much appreciated. Somebody gives us a super chat, right? Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I have help. Can't do anything without help. That's for sure. Anyone who thinks they can do it all themselves, I've heard of a couple of people who run rescues that feel that way. I've never felt that way. The reason that we stopped having volunteers was something called a pandemic, and there was just no such thing inside of a sanctuary called distancing, social distancing. Yeah, it's all cages. There's no social distancing. That's impossible. So but we had volunteers up until the pandemic hit, and since then it's not been really possible. And here it's not possible because we're not in our own space, and they don't really want the address advertised and that kind of thing. And you don't blame them, So if it wasn't for them, I don't know where we'd be. So Bob, are you just stuck on that thing? And Cecil, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is there some reason you're sitting up there? Come here. Let's see if I can show you. Cecil, come here. Come on. Oh, hi, sugar. Is it time for the sugar wine? The sugar wine. Should we just call you Mead? Because you're like sugary wine. That's actually honey wine, but it's close enough. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want in that? What do you want? Hi, Cecil. Oh, we know what you want. Preen me, preen me. Preen me, preen me. Oh, how subtle. Why don't you? It's pretty subtle there. Just shove your face into his. I guess it works. You want to get petted? You want to get petted? I hope to get working on a new video here shortly. I've got some training videos I want to do. The first video, hey, quit chewing on my head. Come here. Cecil, come here. Cecil, come here. Cecil, get over here. First one is going to be on why you should train, and then I'm going to go into what the fundamentals of training are. These are going to be short videos, like 6 minutes long, but showing you, the basics of training, what you want to train first. And it's not step up. Everybody thinks it's step up, but it isn't. And then just start making short videos that teach you how to deal with these guys in situations. So they're not leaving, Bob. I don't think they're leaving. Bob? They've been beeping for hours now, so I don't know if it's hours, but I exaggerate a bit. But what do you think? Yeah, I know. You think they're leaving? That could well be what's happening. Somebody could be loading up a truck and they don't know how to turn the beeper off. Could be. It's probably the beeper going off on a lift gate, but I don't know. Let's tell. But that's my plan, to start doing those videos. And actually, I shouldn't say it's my plan, because Anna Marie came up with the idea to start working on more training videos. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, Babalu. I'm also producing small reels for Instagram and for YouTube and short videos. We're starting to do those. We have a lot of cute stuff going on, so you can turn that into videos. Yes, Michelle, it has helped. Thank you. Your funding suggestions have helped a lot. Yes. Oh, I'm looking for grants. You've only got a 24-hour day, and you got to take 6 hours out for sleep. So the rest of the time, I'm working with birds and working on fundraising. That's pretty much it. So, and I've always said my least favorite thing to do is working on fundraising. I like working with people. I enjoy, talking to people and social media and that kind of thing. But as far as, begging, I've never been thrilled about it. But these guys need it, so I will do it. Right, Bob? Ah, your nemesis. It's the Pippa. The Pip Pip. Hi, Pippa. Hi, baby. How you doing? Yeah. Want to come over? All right. Come on. Come on, Pip Pip. It's a Pip. It's a Pip Pip. Yeah, so a lot of it's planning too. I had to decide. Still haven't decided. Depends on the size of the building. I would still like to have them have night cages, where they think it's a good idea. And I've read that biologists say it's a good thing. That way they know when they're going to those cages, it's to go to sleep. And that room could be quiet. What I've done is in the past, which is hard to do here, but is that once they're asleep, I don't make noise. The work I do is all quiet. And if I have to move around, like in the mornings here, I walk around in the dark. I know where everything is. So I walk around in the dark because I have to get a plate and I have to get some peanut butter, and can't leave that out overnight. So I have to go get a peanut butter, a spoon, and a plate. And then I have to put medicine in the peanut butter for Babalu and Roman and Cecil. So they get theirs mixed into peanut butter. Well, Bob does if he'll take it. If he won't take the peanut butter, then I have to tell him, because you're not holding this beak in place. You're just not. You can see why. Try to hold his beak, he's all over the place. Right now he's holding my finger. But right, Bob? Where did the sound go, Bob? Yeah, Bob is a good boy. Babalu's a good boy. So having a second room is nice, but then again, if you have a big bird room and you just shut it down, it's okay too. As long as it stays dark so they can sleep and you don't have to deal with a bunch of noise. And I'm not one of those people who sits in front of a TV and has to have noise around them. So, GTH, you can talk to me about that in email. You've got my email. So I do have one right now, but I got the wording changed. I haven't got that uploaded, and I've got to change the picture on there too. So this is all from advice from others. So I hope I can get around to that today. I just have so much on my plate. It's like you have to move something out of the way to get to something, to do something. Right, Cecil? What? Yeah? Hi, Bob. What are you saying? You saying Bob's a good boy? Why are you saying bye-bye? Oh, because the sound is gone. Okay. So he's saying goodbye to the sound because it's not there anymore. Goodbye. He never says goodbye unless he's actually saying goodbye to something. Did they leave? Are they gone? All right. They're actually. What? What was that, Bob? Bob, Bob? Yeah, you don't say that too often, Bob, Bob. Well, that's from the Bob, 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 Bobaloo. Bob. Bob, Bob. Oh, you little weasel! You took that off. Okay, well now that thing's gonna fall down. That's the little gate that I have there, so they can't get out when I'm walking out. So now I'm gonna have to put a chain around those because he has taken off the straps. I knew eventually he would do it, but he's taken them both off today. So now when I go to walk out here, that will fall. The one I have to watch is Salamander. He's the most likely to crawl out, but he can't fly. So, and I just had to buy more of this vinyl here because this one's chewing it all up. So I got a 50-foot roll of vinyl. I need to put some of it up there. It never stops. There's always something. See, so that's basically it's two things I don't want you doing, and you've done them both. Chewing on the vinyl and then playing with and ripping off the straps. Bob, that's enough. Come on. Come on. That's it. Bob, come here. Come on. No, don't go up there. No, we're not going up there to yell. No, come here. Bob, come here. Darn it. Babaloo. No, you're not going.
Are we allowed to speak again?
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay, so Nancy. Hi. Do you have to put your micro back on, Nancy? Yeah, okay.
It's back on.
Hey, Bob.
So Bob is hilarious today.
Yeah. He was just totally fixated on that truck. I think it was somebody moving out or something. I didn't know how to turn off the beeper.
Maybe in the truck is the money you need.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah, no.
Well,
Let's check the birds out. I think they would chew the money.
There's a guy named Greg Mortensen, and he was
Hey, Bob.
He was one of those mountain climbers, and he was climbing up in the mountains near Everest, right? And he lost his guide, and he almost died, but he ended up having to spend. He ended up having to spend the entire winter with a group of people who don't have much contact with the outside world, and he asked them what can't talk. He asked them what he could do for them, and they said, "Well, we'd love to have a school," because they were teaching the kids by using sticks in the dirt. So he came back to the United States with the idea of doing that, and he was doing these seminars about how he wanted to build this school, and he got to one of the seminars and there were 3 people there. That's the only people showed up, or 3 people, right? He needed $10,000 to build the school. That's all. But that would have. So there are 3. Then he gets out. He goes, "Okay, I'm going to do it." So he does the whole song and dance where he talks about what he wants to do, and then when he's getting ready to leave, he sees there's an envelope that's tinted sitting on one of the tables. Babaloo. There's an envelope tinted there. He goes over to the envelope. He opens it, and inside is a check for $10,000.
Wow.
That was the beginning of the Central Asia Institute, and he's been building girls' schools over in the Wasabi area where they normally burn those schools down. He's been doing that now for over 20 years, and they never touch the schools. They always leave them alone. He's gained the respect of the people there. So when I think about how hard it is to do something, I think about how he was writing by hand, letters by hand, and having I know, Bob. Okay, it's Bob's turn to talk. You want me to talk to you? Okay. Talk, 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 he says. Talk, talk, talk. I love you, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Bob's a good bird.
Hi, Bob.
Bob's a good bird.
Babaloo. Hi, Babaloo. Oh, that's right. He can't hear me.
No, no, you don't want him to hear you. Well,
Yeah.
unless you want to see my iPhone destroyed, because he will,
No.
he will attack it and smash it on the ground. You're not going to do that either. Get over here. Something Cecil started after Peaches died was hanging upside down trying to grab the phone.
Oh, Billy, he's really on a roll today, isn't he?
He is. You could just take over. You can have the show. Go on. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Babaloo is a good boy.
Yeah,
Little chatterbox.
It took about a year he used to say, Bob's a good boy, with a question in his voice. It took about a year to get him to say, Bob's a good boy that way. Because Bob is a good boy. Yep, Bob's a good boy.
Bob's a good bird.
Bob's a good bird.
Yes,
Bob's a
he
good
is.
bird.
Bob's a good bird.
Cecil, it's not going to work. Oh, that's not Cecil. Sorry, Cecil. Yeah, I wasn't you. I know that happens to be Pippa. Hi, Bob. It's the Bob Show. Hi, folks. It's the Baba Babaloo Show here in Southern California. The Baba Babaloo Show.
Well, I think I better go. I'm sitting in the parking lot of my co-op, my food co-op here in Western Mass. I should turn around. I don't know if I can turn the colors of the trees out here in Massachusetts are absolutely stunning right now.
Oh, do you
But
have Indian summer, or that's what we call it
Well,
in Germany?
actually, yeah, today it's kind of warm. It was supposed to get up to 70, but nights it's been going down to high 30s, and it's gotten as low as like 30. So I think that's what brings the colorful leaves is the cold nights. So if I don't know if I can turn my camera around. Can we do that? Let's see. Yeah. Let me take that.
Oh, wow. Such beautiful colors. Really stunning.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
we don't-
showing us.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of thing out here. So
No, it's California, right?
yeah. Yeah, well, you can get it. You have to go up in the mountains, though. You drive an hour up into the hills and you can see it up here, but we don't get it locally. It doesn't work that way. But then again, you can go to the beach and on the same day go to the snow. So I mean, there's
Right.
advantages to it.
This is California you're talking about?
Yep, Southern Cal.
Southern California. Yeah. I lived in San Diego. Gosh, in 81, I guess, to 80, let's see, 80, from 81 to about 85, I guess. Lived in Southern California. The boy's father was on a ship. in San Diego Harbor and also in Long Beach. So yeah, I've lived in that area. But that was a long time ago. I bet you it's different now, right?
Yeah, I lived there almost all my life. So I moved a little bit up north in Southern California, and then I'm gonna get the heck out of here and go to Tucson. But I've been a desert rat though. My grandfather had 260 acres in Tierra del Sol in San Diego, which is near Jamul, if you know where that is. But high desert.
Oh, okay.
So going to the desert is no real change for me. I like the desert. This is a desert climate here too. So
I've been into Nevada to Searchlight, Nevada, and then a little bit further north past Las Vegas into those areas there on 95.
yeah, my dad used to call Las Vegas. He called that Lost Wages.
Yeah.
He had a name for every place, though. I mean, he was
Right.
something else. What a sense of humor. Okay, folks, that time we're gonna shut her down. Thank you for being here. Check out our Patreon page.
I sent some, I've been sending, I just started Patreon, didn't I? Or I don't know. I thought
I think you did. It's hard right now. It's so complicated trying to go through all the stuff. I'm trying to find out ways to streamline it because I have so much to do. But guys, we're gonna close her up today, and we're
Thank
going
you.
to see you
Thank
next
you.
time. And thank you for being here, Nancy, and thank you
Thank you
all
for doing
everyone
this.
else for coming.
Thanks for doing the work you do. I know it's
Thank you.
hard. It's a challenge every day. So bless you. Okay,
Becca's
How
not
Bernie.
about
here.
you?
Now the
Love
public could
you.
say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Love you guys.
Bye bye.